Welcome back. So somebody just asked me, say, sir, how do we solve a function when it is given in paper one? So I was like, okay, let me, I'll teach you someday about how you solve this. But that day is today. So let me show you quickly on the interesting part. I know the rest you might have a good idea, but on this interesting part question is the one that I want to show you so you get a full understanding. So the question is says, given that f of x, which is function of x, is 5x plus 4 over 5, and g of x is equal to x minus 1. Find f inverse of x and f inverse of negative 2 and f of gx in its simplest form. So now let's start with the simple thing first. We say solution. Okay, so the first thing is to find, we are interested in finding f inverse of x. When you are given the equation, so the equation that we are given is f of x, so this is my a, f of x is equal to 5x plus 4 over 5. So this one is simple. The only thing you have to do is to let f of x is equal to y. Okay, so you're going to say let f of x is equal to y, so it will be y is equal to 5x plus 4 over 5. Therefore, now for you to find the inverse, make x the subject of a formula and you find your inverse. So how do I make x the subject? By dividing inside by 1, cross multiply. So it will be 5y, okay, is equal to 5x plus 4. So I need to make y the subject, the x the subject of formula. So I just 5y, when this one crosses the equal sign, becomes minus 4 is equal to 5x. So I divide this side by 5, also this side by 5, cancel this, then to be 5y minus 4 over 5 is equal to x. So this x now changes to the inverse. So it will be, therefore, f inverse of x is equal to 5. This changes to x also, 5x minus 4 over 5. This becomes my inverse. Okay, once you find the inverse, then b will not be a problem. So b, it will not be a problem in the sense that you already have the inverse here. So you just have to replace where f inverse, just where there is x, replace with 2 and you get your answer correct. So we are saying that if I have the f of inverse of x to be 5x minus, equal to 5 minus 4 over 5, I just have to replace where there is x with what they have told me inside 2. So it will be 5 multiplied by negative 2 minus 4 over 5, which in this case will give me 5 multiplied to be negative 10 minus 4 over 5, which will be negative 14. Okay, this is negative and this is negative, so it's more like we're adding here, but the sign maintains, so it will be 5. So now in simplest form here, you can say, what if I divide 5 into 14, what do you get? You say 5 times 2, I get 10, remainder 4, so it will be negative 2 4 over 5. This now will be the final answer for the inverse for f of x when it's 2 there. Okay, so you get your answer like that, then it means that you'll be fine. So now when you come now to the interesting part, the C part, C is the interesting part. How do I solve my C? It's very simple. How do I solve this part of the question in its simplest form? So it is simply inserting, so like we have done earlier, whereby you get this question, we are going to say f, okay, let's see, fg of x, this is the one we are solving, which is C, and then we are told that f here, it is f of x is equal to 5x plus 4 over 5, and g of x, we are told also that is equal to x minus 1. So when it is like this, f of g x, we are inserting g in x. So we are going to get this equation where there is x, we insert the whole of this. So it will be 5x minus 1 plus 4 over 5. the entire of this over 5. So you simplify this part to be 5x minus 5 plus 4 over 5 is equal to 5x, okay? This is minus 1 over 5, but you cannot leave your answer here because it's not in the simplest form. So in the simplest form, it will be 5x, you split it, divide by 5 minus 1 over 5. So 5 and this cancels, therefore it will be x minus 1 over 5. So this now will be the simplest form. There's nothing you can do here. You have simplified it to the least. So you leave your answer like this, then you get the good correct marks.